everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Imaginary Boys podcast. I am one of the two hosts, Mr. Habanero. I have another host over here. Who could it possibly be? Drum roll, please. There you go. There's your deafening drum roll. It's Mr. Lettuce. Mr. Lettuce is here with me.
I'm a little lad.
You're a little lad or a little loud?
Lad.
You're a little lad. Fancy lad snack cakes? All right. Well, I'll go ahead and the fact that nobody said anything to that little reference, I'm just going to go ahead and move my way on.
You missed. I know I got your reference, but it wasn't the right reference.
Little lad snack cakes?
Yeah, no, I know about little lad snack cakes.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So you were making a reference, and then I heard your reference and didn't know what you were referencing, so I went ahead and made my own little reference, and then you didn't, pay attention to my reference. So we're all just sitting awkwardly here making references at each other that nobody cares about.
Yeah. Yeah, at some point, we'll figure it. At some point, like I knew what you were doing, but the little less snack cakes, no, that's not what I was going for.
No, I didn't think you were. I just didn't know what you were talking about, so I thought I'd compensate with my own random little...
Close, though.
Oh, okay. See, we make jokes here on the Imaginary Boys podcast because we're funny people.
Yes, jokes.
Jokes.
Jokes and
Well, anyways, guys, we're here and we're just hanging out. We did have a particular topic that came to us through a direct message on... The hell do we use? Discord. It's Discord. That's the thing that we use sometimes. Yeah.
Because we're filthy gamers.
Yeah, clearly. Is Discord technically still like a gamer platform thing? Like, is that really... Like, is it not quite big enough to be, and like rounded out enough to be considered like a YouTube kind of thing? Like, YouTube's like its own platform, and you have like Twitch, which we'll get deeper into. Is Discord a platform?
I mean, so what ended up happening is Discord got overran by Zoom and Teams.
Okay.
Like, everybody has gone off and, on their other thing. So... Like, last I heard, Discord was for dirty little gamers. Their icon is still a
little controller.
A little controller.
Yeah.
Us alt-right gamer gators.
Didn't they like recently like sleekify their little design or whatever? Like they took the edgy edges off of it now, and now it's like more refined or something.
If they did, it was very subtle, and I didn't notice it. I
think that was like a big deal where like, because everybody, so whenever a company that has had like a pretty decent looking icon for a long time changes their icon, everybody freaks the hell out. Like everybody just absolutely goes into a frenzy. And it's just like, listen, they're just a business. They don't care what you think.
They gotta make themselves look sleek and awesome for little kitty kids.
Yeah, they gotta be hip and happening.
Yeah, got to get the hippie haps going.
Yeah, come on, guys. Wasn't it like the recent one that everybody was freaking out was Bandai Namco changed their design or something?
Oh, I don't pay attention to shit like that. If I am sitting around worrying about how the internet as a whole feels about some company's marketing changes,
yeah,
then I've obviously got way too much free time on my hands, and I do not masturbate enough.
So you're not like everybody else who's freaking out about nothing, basically. You're not like the Twitterverse, basically. You're not freaking out about nothing.
No. If I'm paying attention to a freak out, it's a real freak out. Like a married NFL coach decides to get a lap dance at his bar in Ohio.
That sounds fun.
I'll let that consume it a few days.
Okay, all right.
But marketing changes from Bandai Namco.
Yeah, which is what people scream about.
I mean,
You're clearly
consider me too old and jaded.
You're clearly not connected to the internet outrage like you should be. You clearly
you've seen me. The hairs on my head are plenty white as it is.
Oh man. Well, I just wanted to say just simply to get the word out. I finished my big video project and I released it today.
I saw that. It was very well done.
Thank you. Nobody cares about it, but I like it, and at least the people that I care about, like you, like it, so that's good.
It definitely shows that you spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah, I did.
You wrote your script and you read from your script.
Uh-huh.
And you read it very well.
Thank you.
You could tell you were reading a script, but it didn't look like you were down reading a script.
Thank you. Oh, this is the best. Thank you. I needed this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. I needed to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it because I support my friends. The content, I'm not a big anime weeb.
No, I definitely know that about you, and the fact that you told me that you watched it says a lot to me. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you got to watch, and it was really well done. I guess it'll just perform how it performs.
Yeah, that's fine. So here's the thing. I actually went into it knowing that it probably wasn't going to be crazy popping off or whatever. But the point of me making it, despite knowing that, is this video is the first stepping stone into the vision that I'm pushing my channel towards. So that's why I really wanted to do it. So I plan on making more videos like it in the future.
Long form reviews and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely.
No, you did a good job. You just got to find now it's just trying to find something that you enjoy that other people's enjoy watching too. That's the hard part. Yeah.
So I mean, I plan on probably doing more. I really want to do more anime reviews for sure. So that's something I'm really trying to lean into harder. And I was kind of, hinting that I wanted to do it before with my previous anime videos that I did that were terrible. I'll go ahead and admit it. They're terrible. Even though one of them is super successful, and I still to this day do not understand why it's so successful. It's capturing lightning in a bottle, but I did it with a paper bag.
I mean, sometimes just somebody watches it and then it just goes on repeat.
Yeah.
So it just blows up your watch time.
Yeah, it's actually one of the the popular one that I did that I don't understand why it's so successful is currently, I think, one of the highest viewed videos on my entire channel, and I still don't understand it. I don't I like it, and I'm glad that I did it, but man, is that video a piece of crap. So there you go. And I'd like I said, though, I plan on, I kind of figured out, I started working, I kept telling people about it. I've been working with new video editing software. I've been working my ass off to learn how to use it. And I'm really excited with what I'll be able to do with it in the future, as well as what I'm already capable of doing with it. And my goal is just to keep on striving forward, making better videos, and just keep on upgrading the quality until they look like I actually know what the hell I'm doing. So there you go. So that's my little bit of self-promotion, because like I said, I got to do it because I worked my butt off for that video, and I do hope it gets recognized. And if not, that's fine, but I'm going to keep on working on stuff like that, and that's what I want to do. So there you go. But
bruh, me with a spoon.
That's kind of hot. That's gonna be a nice hot bruh moment for you right there, buddy. What's going on? Did you run into a problem? Did you run into a problem?
A little.
What's going on?
Like it's the first worldest of first worldest problems.
That's okay.
I mean,
Share with me in the audience. Come on, what's going on? What are you dealing with over there?
I mean, I guess I didn't realize that Far Cry 6 was going to be an Epic Game exclusive.
Oh, like you can't get it anywhere else for like a certain amount of time, or just permanently?
I'll have to look into that because it came out today.
Yeah, I've been seeing videos all over the place talking about it, so I do know of its existence.
There's a cockfighting minigame.
That's hot.
That is. But yeah, so it's not on Steam.
Okay. I'm sure many Steam boys like myself are weeping and crying their eyes out. Clearly I am. You can tell by the way that my voice sounds that I am clearly rolling around on the floor crying like a big old baby. Can you hear it? Can you tell?
Yep, totally.
Yeah. So are you gonna get it even though it's an exclusive on, what'd you say, Epic?
Yeah, I mean I've already, broke that seal of freshness for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because I thought you were buying stuff off of Epic already anyways. Like I get the impression you're not like a particular platform exclusive kind of guy. Like if you like a game and it's somewhere else, you'll go and you'll get it, and that's totally fine. I think that's perfectly fine. Right. So that Epic Steam, that Epic store, huh?
That Epic store, huh? Yeah.
Are you like looking into it to see if like it's available to purchase or something?
Well, I mean, so there's two options I think I have here. Okay. Epic or Uplay.
Okay.
And I already have Uplay because of Monopoly.
Right.
And Watchdog Legions.
Okay.
So this is just another thing. I'm probably going to end up biting the bullet on it and just buying it on Steam. I mean, buying it on Epic. And just sigh, the world's biggest sigh. But, as I said, like, I've already
bought stuff from it.
Broken that seal of freshness. I mean, I think Watchdog Legions was a Epic game bought by too, even though I thought I bought that on Steam. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I'm buying it on Epic.
That's fine. I did my own kind of like sacrificial game buying purchase a while ago. So remember I think it was literally the last stream we did. I think it was the one we did last week. You went ahead and you told me that Octopath Traveler went on sale, and I was like, wait, what? So I went on
$30.
Yeah, which is like pretty cheap. And I think the last time Octopath Traveler went on sale
for like a 3-year-old game.
Yeah.
That's been on Steam for like 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. So, and in my opinion, like half off $30 is like, I think that's the same price it was last time it went on sale. Which was like maybe a year ago or something like that. I definitely know that there's no way. I don't think it's ever going to get cheaper than that, honestly. I mean, maybe in like a decade when they re-release it for the 100th time like they do with Skyrim, then maybe it'll be like less than $30. But I went ahead and I bit the bullet and I paid the $30 to get Octopath Traveler, despite the fact that I'm a big hypocrite that says he doesn't spend over $20 on video games. I know.
Well, so the thing that you're just running into, Square is notoriously bad for Steam pricing. Yeah. Like some of this crap is just straight ridiculous.
Like they just charge way too much is what you're saying?
Yeah, the Final Fantasy HD collection. Yeah,
the re-releases, they are way overpriced.
Yeah,
they are way overpriced.
It's like who's paying $20 for Who's paying $20 for Final Fantasy VI?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, give me a break. I did notice that, and I was a little annoyed because I went ahead and put number 6 on my wish list because I would like to replay it. But I promise you, that is definitely, as a person who still owns the Game Boy Advanced cartridge of Final Fantasy VI. I can tell you right now, as a person who still owns that, I'm not going to pay you $20 to get an electronic version of that game on my computer, okay? I would love to pay $5 for Final Fantasy VI as a digital copy, but I'm not going to pay $20 for it, because I don't think when I got my hands on that Game Boy Advance copy, I didn't even buy it the day that it came out. That was also a game back in the day that I bought on sale. Like, that was back when GameStop was still a thing. And I walked into GameStop and I went over to their bargain bin, and I think they were, if I remember correctly, they were selling the Game Boy Advance copy of Final Fantasy VI, and it was on sale, and I'm pretty sure it was definitely like less than $20. So, you know, if I was able to get that game in a bargain bin on sale, like used for like less than $20, I'm sorry, but I'm not paying like $20 for a digital copy of that game. I can't do it. So
meanwhile, Chrono Trigger.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that last time.
It's like $7.50.
Are you for real? Isn't that
Yeah, that's a Square Enix game. It's part of the sale. It got hit with the 50% off. So $8 for $7.50 for Chrono Trigger sounds like a really great deal, even though it's a pretty janky iPad port.
Really?
Yeah, they took the iOS version and ported it to Steam.
Interesting. Why do I have to have my age approved to look at the page for Chrono Trigger? What? What? Get out of here. Get out of here, Steam. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. Has some minor cartoon violence. Please verify the fact that you are in fact 30 years old.
I mean, we don't want the wee little children seeing the
cartoon violence. That's so ridiculous. Oh my god, it's so funny. Okay, well, I went ahead and I put Chrono Trigger on my wish list so I can think about buying it. Is this like it's probably just a temporary sale?
Yeah, it's a sale for TGS. It's going on for another week.
Oh, okay, that's short, huh? Well,
yeah, there's a Square Enix TGS sale running till about the 13th,
right?
And a lot of Square's titles are at 50% off. I mean, it's how you got Octopath Traveler as cheap as you did.
Yeah, I could see they have a sale banner up in the top of the Chrono Trigger page that I'm looking at, and Octopath Traveler is one of the images in that banner, so that does make sense. I can clearly see that.
Voice of the Cards, the Isle Dragon Roars.
Is that the game we were talking about for the Nintendo Direct the other day?
Yeah. There's a Steam demo.
Cool. I think you were telling me about that, and you said that was when you were saying, "Oh, it didn't seem that impressive to me because I played the demo." And
I hadn't played the demo yet.
Oh, okay, no problem.
So I was gonna wait till I played the demo to see what it's all about.
Cool beans.
And the full price of it looks like it's only $30,
which is probably not terrible, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, considering that Octopath Traveler full price is still $60.
Yeah, exactly. Considering most of their games are still $60.
Yeah. But anyway.
Right. Okay, well,
video games. We are dirty, filthy gamers.
Yes, we are. We're the most disgusting, filthy, nastiest, mud-wallowing kind of gross gamers is what we are.
And because we are the dirtiest of gamers that have our Discord servers, we also enjoy using Twitch.
That's right, which is also... which, speaking of segues, is also technically related to video games. Amongst other many things that they put on that particular platform.
Supposedly, video games is Twitch is a place where people can stream themselves playing their video games for their audiences.
Which is heavily implied. Not necessarily 100% guaranteed, but nonetheless implied.
But it's great that us gamers have such a reliable service that also does not end up in the news for not so good reasons.
Wouldn't you say that it is probably the safest and most reasonable of all platforms amongst any other kind of platform? Because I sure would say so, and there would definitely not be any kind of event that has recently occurred within the news that could ever shake me from that possible opinion. Now, would there be, Mr. Lettuce?
Absolutely not. Twitch is a safe haven on the internet. If you could think of the exact opposite of a hive of scum and villainy, you would probably think Twitch.tv.
In fact, actually, I would just go ahead and make, an account for my tiny little Tim child, little Timmy. He's going to get his own special, totally safe, totally not able to be hacked, totally not filled with any kind of sexually suggestive material whatsoever. Little Timmy's going to get his own special Twitch account. So, because it is the safest platform on the planet.
And he can see all of the Christian Minecraft streamers that he needs to see. Nary a titty to be found.
Definitely no titties to be found on Twitch. That is for sure.
Unlike on 4chan, where it is, if you did have to say a hive of scum and villainy on the internet, it probably would be the Chans, 4chan being the most famous of them.
But why ever, Mr. Lettuce, would you ever want to bring up such a vile, such a disgusting, such an awful place such as the 4chan to when referring to the totally Christian and absolutely safe and no problems whatsoever Twitch platform? Why would you bring that up about such an amazing platform that would never ever have any kind of security breach or suggestive material or anything of that sort? Why would you bring those two things together in the same kind of discussion, Mr. Lettuce?
Because we are in no way, shape, or form at any risk of an evil hacker from the dirty, filthy 4chans to hack such a pristine and paragon service like Twitch and dump their entire source code and financial data for the past 2 years. That would never happen.
Definitely
ever.
Because it couldn't possibly be that a hacker would crack the code and reveal all of the secret projects that Twitch and Amazon are working on. They definitely wouldn't be looking at all of the large amounts of money that every single streamer has ever made on the platform. They wouldn't possibly be, revealing every single, password and little bit of account information that would be on such a safe and Christian platform such as Twitch. No. That couldn't possibly be an option here.
Yeah, no, this world that you're speaking of is a horrible imaginary place that would never that God himself would never allow happen.
But let's just let's play in imaginary fantasy land for a second, okay? If we were in such an awful, disgusting imaginary fantasy land such as that, where 4chan would have hackers that could possibly maybe hack into Twitch, which would just, by the way, that would never happen. That would never be a possibility in the slightest, because Twitch is the safest platform with the highest security, and their staff is constantly working hard to protect all of their streamers and all of the people and all the accounts. And so that would clearly never happen. But let's pretend that it does. What would be the proper reaction to it? Like, what would we as gamers need to do to protect ourselves from something like that, and what would this information be used for against us in the first place? Like, what are our options here?
Well, in a world where hackers exist,
which they don't, luckily,
which they don't, computers and the internet are just the safest place just the safest things in the world. They've been nothing but an incredible tool to launch society into the utopia that everybody keeps wanting to build forth.
And we're all better people because of it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh man, I lost my spot.
That's okay.
I was so sarcastic. I just forgot. The sarcasm was so hot that my brain just reset.
we temporarily, our brains temporarily shut off, and we started believing our own bullshit.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, that felt nice. That was just like a warm and fuzzy glow that just rolled up my spine.
I actually felt comfortable for a moment.
Definitely wasn't a bubble toot.
All right. So shall we break the news to everybody then? Should we actually get real here?
Yeah. So what ended up happening was a 4chan hacker said, "Hey, because Twitch sucks,"
which it kind of does.
Which it does. I've got a data dump here. And there's
how many gigs? How many gigs, Lettuce? Tell us.
128 gigs.
I thought it was 250. Wasn't it 250?
No, it was 128.
Okay, my bad. I must have misread that.
That's
still a lot. That's a lot of information.
Well, that's a lot of information, figuring most of it's text files.
Yeah, it's literally the entire platform in data form.
Yeah. So...
Ugh.
So 128 gig data dump.
It's absolutely insane.
Containing pretty much the entire Git repositories of Twitch's source code from the beginning.
Yeah.
To now times. So you could actually see how Twitch was built.
From the ground up.
From the ground up.
Oh.
You have the full source code. You have the the payout billing information.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so you have payouts. So you know how much everybody has made on Twitch in the past 2 years.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
This is probably one of the biggest leaks.
Yeah, it's huge
in internet history.
It's like one of the largest recorded data leaks ever. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And there's more to come from what's been said.
Well, if this leak was basically just a goatsy rip, into the AWS backend, this hacker has a lot.
Yeah,
this hacker potentially has everything.
Yeah, this is just this particular leak is basically him just putting his toe in the water. He's testing. He's testing to see how everybody reacts to the. This is probably just a fraction, and he's just like, let's see what they do. Let me just give this particular amount of information, which is an assload of information, but it's not all of it. And he's just like, I just want to see what happens. Let's see what happens, and then maybe I'll give up some more.
The data that he has, it's scary.
Yeah, it is.
That he has it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the kind of data that typically you only get if you are sitting at the server with a flash drive. Yeah. Yeah. And he just cracked it wide open, all by his little lonesome. Just goatseed. Amazon.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's a scary thing, because Amazon owns Twitch.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Twitch is being hosted by Amazon Web Services.
Mm-hmm.
If Twitch, the largest subsidiary of Amazon, was compromised, there could be some parts of Amazon that are now also compromised.
Guys, when you go out and you watch those hardcore action films lately, where they're like, oh, the hacker is hacking into the Pentagon and he's going to compromise all the files and do all this because he's a crazy futuristic hacker that, can only be properly personified in the fantasy of an action flick. That is this guy. This guy he can do it.
Gibson. This guy literally got the Gibson.
Yeah, this guy can do it. It's not just some fantasy in an action flick anymore.
I mean,
This
anybody
is
can do it.
well, I mean, obviously, if you have the knowledge, the resources, and the power, clearly, like you can do it. But the point is that it's not just like, oh, we can disregard the existence of this kind of person because it's just some kind of fantasy that we imagined up in a movie. No, these kinds of people, they exist, and even though we don't hear about them every single day, they exist. And this guy did it, and he's ready for more. Like
he got the Gibson.
Yeah, he did.
Now, for our users, I'm gonna go ahead and roll back the hyperbole there on you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, these things exist. These things happen all the time. They're never this full in an entirety, and they never kind of have things that you would hope would be better segregated in order to improve security.
Right.
So either this hacker's got a lot, like part 2 is going to be the electric boogaloo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
literally shut down the internet kind of electric boogaloo.
Or Amazon has got some explaining to do.
That's true. Do you think it's like an inside job? Like maybe the guy works for Amazon or something like that?
He had to have something.
Yeah.
He does, as I said, this kind of leak only happens if you're in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's either that or Amazon does have some explaining to do.
Yeah, that's true. Like a hardcore weakness or flaw in their system or something.
Okay, so everybody has a Twitch account.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if you're listening to this, reset your Twitch account now.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an Amazon account, because you have Amazon Prime, because everybody has Amazon Prime, because what are you doing without Amazon Prime?
Yeah. I have Amazon Prime, and I'm worried about this, and I'll probably go and change a bunch of stuff.
Reset your Amazon password now.
Yeah.
The information that was leaked did not have accounted unencrypted passwords for every user. There were some unencrypted password. There was some encrypted passwords, which if you know the cipher key, you could probably decrypt them really quick. And and people know the cipher key because they have the source code. So there are some account passwords. It doesn't look like it was all account passwords, like every user.
Mm-hmm.
But given what they have, that information's probably in that's probably in part 2.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It's like if it's not immediately available information in the first one and the guy clearly has more that he hasn't shown, it's very likely it's in the second portion.
Yeah. So right now, consider your accounts compromised in Amazon, Twitch. Go ahead and just consider them compromised. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Reset your passwords now.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to go ahead and get on my soapbox about password security.
Do it.
Because this is my day job is I'm an IT professional. And one of the things that we do is data security. Your password, that little thing where they say, your password strength,
mm-hmm.
It's kind of a lie.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's you can't depend on a password anymore. It's just, and on this day and age, you really can't depend on a password. Most people, because they can't remember a password for everything that they use the same password for everything else.
Mm-hmm. I've been actually trying to be better about that. I've been I have my system is probably not as good as yours, but I do have a particular system where I can actually make an individual password for every single different kind of account that I make.
Oh, I'm old as bruh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure your way of doing it is probably much better than me, but I've been trying to actively be better about having more complicated passwords that I can keep track of.
My system is bad. I'm old.
Okay. Okay.
I'm really old. So I can't depend on my memory very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't use the same password for everything. But I have a system where if you know my system, you could pretty much figure out my password in 7 guesses.
Okay.
Are
you actually comfortable with talking about this on the public podcast that we do?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give our 7 listeners your my system. All I'm saying is you have to know me.
You just only have to be scared of 7 people. You're fine.
Well, no, I just have to be scared of the one person I let in close.
Right.
Because you have to actually really know me very well.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have information that I would give nobody except for maybe 5 people.
Okay.
But if you were to have that, because you are deep within my inner circle, if you decided you wanted to mess with me,
mm-hmm.
you possibly could.
Okay.
Passwords, however, are becoming obsolete.
Sure.
A lot of places actually have passwordless logins.
Mm-hmm.
Your computer's Windows Hello is a biometric login.
Right.
A lot of enterprise level laptops have a thumbprint scanner.
I was literally just about to say, how long until we should be expecting retina scanners for all passwords? Like, when is that going to be a thing?
I mean, as soon as the laptops cameras the webcams on laptops become better.
Yeah.
To where you could fit a retina scanner.
Sure.
In the bezel of a laptop screen.
Okay.
I mean, Windows Hello is pretty accurate.
Yeah. My body is ready. My body's ready for retina scanners.
Windows Hello is pretty good.
Okay.
And all you need for Windows Hello is a laptop with a high definition as a computer with a HD webcam.
Okay. So it literally sounds like it's an option that could be a possibility in the near future. Like, I was kind of joking, but at the same time, like, it sounds reasonable, you know?
We might not go retina deep.
Okay.
Because that's actually a laser scan.
Right.
But I mean, facial recognition technology, your smartphones have it, your laptops have it. Microsoft, if you're gone through Microsoft accounts, Microsoft lets you go through the Microsoft authenticator.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Microsoft authenticator, you can do device logins through your smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of turning your 2-factor authentication into your primary method authentication.
Right. I think I definitely remember seeing commercials like some time ago too, that have like facial scanners. Like it would like look at, it would like, it's like, would you like to log into your phone? And then it would bring up like a camera and then it scans your face and it's like, okay, you're allowed in because we recognize your face, you know?
Oh, well, I mean, iPhones and Androids have that feature now.
Yeah, like, I swear that I've seen that.
I can unlock I unlock my cell phone through facial recognition.
I use, I do have like a proper password for my phone, but my main way of logging into my phone is my fingerprint scanner. Works every time. And like, I have it able to identify my fingerprint on both hands. So, right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, iPhones, before they lost the home button, had a thumbprint scanner in the home button.
Yeah. I didn't know it was in the home button. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was the thumbprint scanner was in the home button, but then iPhones lost the home button.
Oh, I see. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Microsoft accounts. If something is Microsoft account, as I said, they allow you to log in using the authenticator as not just a method of 2-factor authentication, but also as a method of primary authentication.
Okay.
So if you have the Microsoft Authenticator tied to a cell phone device, anytime that you try logging into a Microsoft account, like let's say you want to go into your Hotmail, you go to hotmail.com and then give it your email address, and then it will say, hey, tap this number in your authenticator device, and your authenticator will come up with a prompt with like 4 different buttons, and you press the ones that match, and then it does the login remotely.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something that Microsoft is trying to push now.
Right.
I actually have it for my work stuff. If I have something that wants to my server administrator accounts at my job, I have tied to phone login on my work phone.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I want to log in to something on one of my server accounts, I just tell it to log in that, and then follow the prompt on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's first and second factor authentication at the same time.
Yeah, I definitely can say that a lot of my major money related accounts, as well as some stuff related to working, like especially at my job, they all run through okay, we need to make sure and send you a verification text or whatever to your phone. So I mean, I'm actually used to it as well, where it's okay, well, my phone is slowly becoming the main hub of activity for knowing whether or not it's me for security purposes.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I'm kind of slowly getting more and more used to that, which is funny because, I would say maybe about a couple of years ago, I would say that I was kind of uncomfortable with that, but now it just feels so normal. And I actually would even say that I prefer it. It's my phone is not just a phone, it's the single most important security device that I probably own on my person at this point. So,
yeah, and a lot of other places, if they don't have alternate logins, most of them have 2-factor. And you should, if anything offers 2-factor, you very much should have it. Like if you have a bank, if you have an online banking account,
yeah,
and you're not 2-factor logging in every time you log into your bank,
yeah,
you should be.
Okay.
There's just no excuse to not be at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Use as many, because as careful as you think you're going to be, people, everyone will still get caught every once in a while. Accounts will be compromised.
Mm-hmm.
You could have, no one did anything and everybody lost. And right now everybody has their Twitch and Amazon accounts compromised.
Yep.
If someone happens to have your password, but they don't have your cell phone as well, they don't have your account. If you have 2-factor authentication, it means that you have to be a bit more careful with your cell phone and a bit more. And it's something that you have to keep in mind. I have to be, before I change numbers, or, hey, before I change devices, I absolutely 100% gotta, turn off authentication on this thing and then turn it on the new thing once it comes over.
Factory resetting, right?
Right. Well, you can turn off to if you're about to change, if you're about to upgrade phones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go through all the things that you have 2-factor authentication, turn them off.
Mm-hmm.
Swap out your phones, restart your authenticator apps on your, or the authenticator on all the devices.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of places will have a primary and a secondary. Make sure that if they have primary and secondary, that you have 2 different methods. Typically, a secondary is a phone number, and the primary is an app, or a secondary is email, and the primary is a app or phone number. But if you have all these things, you got to make sure that you use it to its fullest extent,
right?
Because passwords are just not secure anymore.
Yeah, it's the times, they are a changing, folks.
Yeah,
and what you think was safe maybe 5 years ago ain't safe no more.
Yeah.
Yep. We live in a spooky world, boys and girls, but we can cope and we can adapt.
for all the wonders and all the conveniences that technology has brought upon society, there are responsibilities, there are requirements, there are to be responsible and to use these to the fullest. You have to care. You have to do some work.
Yeah. And I will say this after like I'll be totally honest, after listening to Lettuce talk about, going on his spiel just now. I was like automatically, like, first of all, I do have a Twitch account, but I never use it. But you know what? I'm going to change it just in case anyways. And I'm definitely going to be changing my Amazon password, because even though like I, have all that stuff really secure, I want to be sure. I'm going to definitely be changing it probably after this podcast. But on top of that, after listening to everything that Lettuce talked about just now, I'm even thinking about changing passwords and setting up double verification on stuff that I have not either already set up on or have just not thought about in a long time and never bothered to. Because like what Lettuce was just saying, some of this stuff is like, you won't even expect it to be important until the next thing you know, you check your bank account and then all your money's gone, right? So, yeah, exactly. So even the things that, the passwords that seem like, oh, well, I never use that account, or, oh, it's not really relevant to me, or blah, blah, blah. Like, one thing that I've learned is that sometimes even the most irrelevant, accounts that you have, sometimes all they need is like, oh, well, this irrelevant account is connected to your primary email. And then your primary email has all this other information to all these other accounts that are all extremely relevant. And then next thing you know, you're compromised all over the place. So, it's even the ones that seem like you don't think they're that important, or they don't seem like they're that relevant. You should probably be double checking up on them and making sure and just being extra secure, because like I said, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal until you turn around and all your money's gone. And then you're poor and you're sad and you live in a cardboard box in an alleyway downtown. So
one last thing. If you have a password system that is pretty much use the same password for everything,
yeah, don't do that.
Research a password wallet app to put on your phone. Your phone, actually, if you have iOS, I can't speak for Android at this point.
Yeah.
But if you have an iPhone and you're using iOS will actually track your passwords for you. It will generate what is supposed to be a strong password.
Yeah.
And then it will store it in your basically you have a password keychain. But that is stored on your device. It is uploaded to the cloud. It's fully encrypted. And that's pretty good. If you don't trust Apple to be the holder of your information, that's fine. Find another password wallet service.
Yeah.
It's way better to have a service generate random passwords and then just store that, and then you just two-factor log into this password service to log into everything else.
Right.
It's way better to do that than to have the same password for everything.
Agreed. Yeah, like I said a while ago, when I started getting more involved with money services online, that's when I started taking, because I'll go ahead and admit it. I used to be that guy who used the same password for everything. I had like one, maybe two, sometimes three passwords total that I used for pretty much every account. I'll admit it. But that's not the case anymore. I was like, okay, I need to start really thinking about this. Like, there's money transactions happening regularly on, like I'm doing money transactions through Patreon, money transactions through PayPal, money transactions through Amazon. Like there's money flowing through all of this, and I need to actually care about security. And that's when I started, really paying attention to like how complicated my passwords are, like who has that information, like, making sure each individual website has a totally unique and different password. Use all the characters, use exclamation points, use numbers, lower cap, like upper cap. Like you gotta You got to do it. And
Right.
like Lettuce said, like if you can't do that on your own, then there are these relatively trusted services that can help keep track of that, and then make it even more secure by having a two-step verification through your phone. That way, it's like it's always coming back to you. You always know that it's like, okay, if you want to log into this, yes, you're going to have your complicated password, but it also has to go through your phone where you have to manually say, this is okay to be doing, So
Yeah.
this is stuff that is like, we're like, yeah, we like, on the podcast here, guys, we like to have fun and we like to have the ha-has and the jokes, but there are times like what's going on right now where we really have to sit down and be like, listen, guys, this is a big deal and you need to watch out for yourself. Okay. So that's why we're talking about this in the way that we're talking about it, because it's a big freaking deal. This Twitch thing is scary. It's actually really scary. So.
Right. Full disclosure, up until about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I would have, up until about 2 or 3 years ago, I did use the same, I was the same password for everything kind of guy.
Yeah, same here.
My work changed that rhythm for me. And so like work things and finance. So I finally got to the point where I was like, work things and financial things are in the system. So but 60% of my passwords are the same as are the same thing, including my wireless network key. So, I mean, we all could do better about security.
Yeah.
And it's not even, I mean, like even me, like I'll be the first one to admit, but yeah, we don't live in the world anymore where you could control who has access to your accounts.
Yeah. This is basically a call to action to protect yourselves is what this is.
I mean, yeah, everybody has just go ahead. If you have an Amazon account right now, go ahead and assume that through no fault or no action of your own, somebody else has your Amazon account.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's just the world we live in. Everything's on the internet, everything's interconnected, and nothing is safe.
Yep. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you, Amazon. We love you.
Yeah. So maybe for the last little bit, we'll try to end this on a happy note with a glass was right thing.
A glass was right?
Glass is another nickname I use on the internet.
Oh, Glass the Gray. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait. I thought you were trying to say like the glass is half full rather than half empty. But then you said glass is right, and I was like, wait, where are you going with this?
Yeah, so your boy Lettuce was right.
Yeah.
On the last podcast where we talked about the Nintendo Direct.
Oh, God, are you really going to do this? Are you going to be like, I was right! I knew it!
I'm going to gloat right here.
It should have been Goku, and you know it!
No, obviously. And here's the funny thing. Since this was the last character that they're going to do for Smash Ultimate, they let the cat out of the bag for the Wii U 3DS version of Smash. They did like hey, we're going to start doing DLC fighters. What kind of DLC fighters do you want to see? From that poll that they put out, the most requested fighter was Sora.
Of course it was.
With a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, of course it was.
From everything else.
Of course it was.
My handsome, sweet little boy Sora with his Keyblade is a derping into Smash.
Why?
Well, as it turns out, that announcement was actually the first salvo into a Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary extravaganza announcement.
Sure. Like, in other words, like they saw how popular it was, and it's like, oh God, we got to sell this game.
Well, no. I think Sora was the plan all along.
Okay.
And it's a very Nomura thing to do. It goes, hey, instead of using Sora, we're going to give you Sephiroth to release right now.
Totally the same thing. I'm sure everybody was pleased.
Cloud was a DLC character because he was like number 3 or number 4 requested.
Okay.
In that 3D, the 3DS Wii U version.
Sure.
So he was DLC, in the Wii U version.
Okay.
But that also meant that he was like he was a starting character or like full roster character in Ultimate.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Sakurai went to Nomura and said, "Hey, can we have Sora?"
Mm-hmm.
Nomura said, How many characters are you planning on adding, and what time frame are you planning on releasing them?" And they were like, so and so, the final character will be coming out towards the end of 2021. And Nomura went to Sakurai and said, "Here's Sephiroth for now."
Right.
Because we've got Final Fantasy VII Remake that we want to sell.
Sure.
So,
good promotional material. So
let's do some cross pollination. And we ask that you hold off on Sora until the final announcement, because this is going to be the 20th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts, and we've got a bunch of announcements we potentially could be making, and we would like Sora on Smash to be the first thing.
Right. So they were using basically they wanted to wait so that they could sell the 20th anniversary thing.
Well, no, it was just so the Smash announcement happened.
Right.
And then Square Enix started releasing their information.
Okay.
Part of the announcement for what makes me think that this is what happened is part of the announcement for Sora and Smash was Sakurai said, "Oh, and I just found out just like a minute ago that these games that are featured in this crossover are coming to the Nintendo Switch sometime in the near future."
Okay.
So in the middle of this Smash announcement, we get the announcement for Kingdom, like all the previous Kingdom Hearts games, as they currently exist on the PS4.
Sure.
To be ported over to the Switch, because the only thing that the Switch has ever gotten was Melody of Memory.
Right.
So that was pretty big news, and that was that's why I think that this timing happened this way.
Okay.
But Sora looks so good in Smash.
Yeah. I'm sure he looks. He looks
so good in Smash.
Okay, Mr. I'm thirsty for Sora man over here. I get you.
I do want this. No, I'm not thirsty for Sora, dude.
Yeah.
He's a
yeah, he's so supple and sexy, I'm sure.
Those tasty gams.
Those giant sexy feet.
Yeah. But they showed it off, and I'm over here just like looking at it with my jaw agape.
Yeah,
because I was like, "Oh my god, it happened!" and
Lettuce is just like, I'm right.
Like the entire Kingdom Hearts fandom on the internet, like did just a collective. We were right. Hallelujah. Yeah. We were right. and all the non-Smash, like all the Kingdom Hearts fans in the Smash community were like, we're really salty about not getting
Waluigi,
like Master Chief or Waluigi or some shit like that.
I actually when Sora was announced, I went onto Twitter and which, if you guys can't tell already, I've been really enjoying Twitter. I've been on it a lot lately. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I'm over there hanging out. But I went onto Twitter and I saw two things involving the Sora announcement that made me laugh really hard. The first one was there was a photo that showed Sora like smiling, like in the very like he's like right directly in your face, and he's got this big toothy smile, and he's like doing the V for victory sign with his hand, and then in the background is like pouring rain, and it shows like Waluigi, like a Waluigi stuffed like toy, in the rain in a puddle, soaking wet, like looking like absolutely depressing and sad. And that made me laugh really hard. And then the other one that I thought was really funny was there was a whole entire thread with a few relatively funny images in it that was talking about the price for buying Sora to have the rights to put it into Smash. And like they were talking about how like they showed like the keychain that's like at the end of the Keyblade, and then how it has the little Mickey Mouse head on it. And they're like, this is
the only bit of Disney iconography that will be in Smash.
Yeah, and they were like, we paid us a fortune for this keychain. Like, we paid more for this keychain than anything else in the entire game.
I don't believe that's how that went down.
I don't think so either, but I still thought it was really funny.
First of all, a lot of the Never Soraers, the reason for they gave that was like Disney's really protective of their IP.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they're not. Have you seen like Disney characters in video games?
Yeah.
If you've got enough money and you're willing to listen and are willing to listen to their direction about what you can and can't do with their character, they're doing it.
Yeah.
Like you get Disney characters in Fortnite.
Yep. I mean, it's the thing is like, if it's going to make them a fortune, like, it's like, why wouldn't they? You know, you just have to, they just don't want their property tarnished. That's all it is. They don't want their iconic characters dragged through the dirt, you know?
Right. So. Disney does not want Solid Snake to blow off a claymore onto Donald Duck's face. So we don't have Donald Duck and we don't have Goofy.
Yeah, sure. I get that.
And that's what I think the story is. Everybody thinks that Disney owns all of Kingdom Hearts. I do not believe that's true.
I never thought that was true, but I mean, I can understand why people might think it's true.
About a uncomfortable amount of the Kingdom Hearts community. So for some strange reason, because somebody who is trusted in the community, I mean, he's a good guy, good YouTuber and everything, tweeted some rando.
I'm just now fully realizing you are just all in on this, aren't you? Like, you're like, oh yeah, I follow a YouTuber who's very trusted in the community and has all this information. I'm like, who the hell are you talking about? Like, you're really all in on this.
I mean, I'm a fan.
I figure. I figured.
But the thing is like some guy who everybody kind of likes and trusts, tweeted some rando who works neither at Disney nor Square Enix. That said, that like retweeted something that said something like Disney owns all of Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
And they kind of took that at gospel. And I'm like, when has Disney ever, because that's not the first time Disney's done a crossover.
Sure.
Kingdom Hearts isn't the first Disney crossover. Who Framed Roger Rabbit has Disney characters in it.
Oh, I love that movie. I love that movie.
Disney does not own a piece of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I don't believe.
That's interesting.
I believe Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a Warner Brothers film.
Oh, I love that movie. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is such a good movie.
That is a movie. Oh, Walt Disney actually does own it.
Oh, really? Did you just now look it up? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Okay.
I thought it was released by Warner Brother through Amblin, but it was released through Disney by Amblin. Okay. So maybe not the worst, maybe not the best example here.
That's okay. I'm sure there's plenty of other ones out there.
Actually, hold on a second.
I was actually going to say, is Pixar ever worked with Disney?
I mean, Pixar is owned by Disney.
Oh, okay, Pixar is owned by Disney. Okay.
Yeah, that got resolved. That got resolved a while ago.
Right.
That's why half of Kingdom Hearts 3 is Pixar.
Oh. Oh, well, duh. Like Toy Story. Didn't they do like Toy Story stuff and things
Toy
like that?
Toy Story,
Yeah.
Monsters Inc. and Big Hero. Even though I don't think Big Hero 6 is Pixar, but definitely.
I didn't know that they did Monsters Inc., but I do remember the Toy Story parts. For sure.
Toy Story, and Monster Inc. are two of the worlds.
Yeah.
I don't know. Remember if Big Hero 6 was Pixar, or if it was Disney Animation Studios. I believe that was Disney Animation Studios.
Okay. What even, you say Big Hero 6 like it's this thing. I don't know that. What is Big Hero? What is actually Big Hero 6? Because I've literally, I don't recognize it. I can't think of any characers from it. I don't know what that is.
The big balloon robot? Baymax? The white balloon?
No, I don't know that.
Oh, well, you should totally watch it then.
I mean, I don't think I will, but if I ever have a chance where it randomly comes across to me, then sure.
I don't know what kind of streaming services you have, but if you come across the chance to watch Big Hero 6, you should, because it's a really good movie.
Okay. I mean, I've been told many times to watch WALL-E and Up, and I still have never seen them. That's right. I said it. I've never seen WALL-E and I've never seen Up. That's right. I said it.
I mean, how did you manage not seeing WALL-E?
I just didn't, and I still haven't. That's right. I exist.
Okay. That's fine. But anyway, so back to the original point. I do not think Disney owns any part of Kingdom Hearts except for the Disney characters and Disney worlds and Disney iconography.
Sure.
Anytime anybody has done any kind of crossover, the main company who produced the game, who wrote the game, who designed the game, the person who went out and said, "Hey, can we have your IP?"
Mm-hmm.
They're the people who own that. The people the IP that came in got paid a handsome licensing fee and was given, control over what can and cannot be done with their IP.
Yeah, I get
that. That's the way this license agreement works for all media ever. But for some strange reason, half of the Kingdom Hearts community believes that Disney told Square the only way that you can use Michael J. Mouse is if you sell.
What's the J stand for?
I don't know.
Okay. I didn't even know there was a J in his name.
There probably isn't. I just call him Michael J. Mouse for the fun of it.
Okay. It makes me think of what's his name? Is it Michael Fox?
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox? Is that his full name?
I think that's what I went for.
I like it. I think
subconsciously that's what I went for. But anyway, so everybody believes that Disney went to Square and said, "Yes, we will let you use Michael J. Fox. Yes, we will let you." Yeah, we'll let you use Michael J. Fox. It's fine.
We totally own the rights to his entire existence.
Yeah, we own Michael J. Fox. You need a shaky cam. Anyway, you can use Donald and Goofy.
Sure.
You can please put your Final Fantasy characters in this game, please. Mm-hmm. You can use Tarzan. You can use A Nightmare Before Christmas. You can use all these things. All that stuff that you made, all those characters you created.
We're allowing you to use it.
Well, no. All those characters that you created, everything that you put into Kingdom Hearts is now ours.
Yeah, including all the characters from Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy X. We own all that now. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for working with Disney.
So they believe that Disney made that demand, and SquareSoft was like, sure.
You're the boss, applesauce.
The most insulting demand ever from one company to another. And a very traditional, very proud, very, at that point, well-to-do Japanese company.
Yeah.
Said, yeah, let's do this. A simple application to Occam's razor makes that sound like bullshit. So I believe if this is just a standard licensing thing, Disney owns the Disney characters, the Disney rules, the Disney iconography. That's fine. SquareSoft owns Kingdom Hearts, owns all the original characters, and all the Final Fantasy characters that were put into Kingdom Hearts. So, and in Smash, you have Sora, and you have appearances of all the Seekers of Light. Like, you have Riku, you have Kairi, you have Roxas, Xion, Axel, Terra Ventus, and Aqua.
Okay. This may sound weird, but I surprisingly remember most of those characters. Like, their image popped into my head the moment that you said their name, which is kind of surprising to me.
So all the main Seekers of Light, they're in Smash at some point.
Okay.
So Disney's like, you could do all this, but you can't use any of our iconography. Nomura went to Disney and said,
I want that keychain.
We have a problem. We're using Kingdom Key D, so we need the iconic Disney logo on it. Mickey Mouse icon. What will it take? They're like, put our name on the copyright as usual, and give us like a couple of thousand.
Okay, so there was in fact a negotiation to use that keychain, but it just wasn't as extreme as what people are trying to make it out to be.
Yeah, because it
that makes sense to me.
It literally is just a keychain.
Yeah,
and the only reason people know it's that specific keychain because in the reveal trailer, they showed the Kingdom Key D keychain. Sure. Because the iconic Mickey icon, hey, this is part of the game. In the gameplay videos, you can't tell it.
That's interesting.
It's such a minor detail that you can't. I mean, you know it's there. It kind of looks like there, but it's indistinguishable.
Yeah, I'm sure that if the character was completely standing still with no interaction with any other character, you'd probably be able to see it, right?
It's such a minor detail.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to be paused and zoomed in.
Yeah.
In a special developer camera mode and catch the camera angle just right to where you see the keychain.
Well, I mean, but overall the point is that it exists and they had to pay for it. So
it exists, they had to pay for it. I don't think they paid that much for it.
Yeah.
Because for Disney, it's a Mickey Mouse icon and it's the word Disney on a copyright line that they had to do absolutely no work for.
Yeah. Well, another part of it too is that it's the classic thing of like, well, you know, people will want to like you can't predict how many people will see this character, think he's cool, and then go out and buy a game, right? So I mean, in a way, it's like it's advertisement. You're paying for advertisement.
Yeah. And Sora in Smash is an advertisement.
Yeah, exactly.
Nintendo is about to release, given their typical pricing structures, about $150 worth of Kingdom Hearts games on the Switch.
There you go.
And
there's money to be made, boys and girls.
All the Kingdom Hearts fans, sure, they're going to jump in on it, but there's some Smash fans who maybe don't know what Kingdom Hearts is.
Yep.
And then they see Sora.
And they sell more games to more people.
Yeah, and that is why I believe Nomura told Sakurai, here, have Sephiroth now at the beginning of the fighter pack, and you can have Sora at the end of it.
Yeah.
Because we want to time this announcement with a bunch of other Kingdom Hearts related announcements.
I think that makes perfect sense.
Including putting our games on the Switch.
Yeah. I think it makes perfect sense. I really do.
I'm not too excited for the Switch ports.
Okay. I mean, I remember you and me were talking about this off stream, off microphone.
If you're listening to this and you've never played a Kingdom Hearts game and you own a Nintendo Switch,
go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, sure. I get that.
It'll be a good experience. I'm going to warn you. These are the ports are called cloud versions.
That's right. Yeah.
Which means you are streaming the games from Square Enix's servers, which are probably running the stable PS4 code. So you have to have not only an internet connection, but a good internet connection when you're playing with this.
Yeah.
I'm not that interested because the only time that I have a solid internet connection or guaranteed solid internet connection is when I'm at my house and I have Kingdom Hearts. I have all the Kingdom Hearts games either on my PC or my PS4.
Right, right.
I actually brought it up to my kid because he's a big Kingdom Hearts fan too. Oh, he loves the fact that he's getting Sora on his, because he's the one of us that owns Smash.
Okay, yeah. So he's stoked.
He's stoked. He's like, I get to play Sora and Smash. I'm like, yeah. Actually, you know, he had his Switch die recently. The charge port on it collapsed.
Really?
Yeah, it's a USB-C port.
Is there a big to-do about that? Like, is that an actual problem that a lot of Switches are experiencing?
No, and I mean, his Switch Lite is about 2-3 years old, so whatever.
Okay.
So I bought him a replacement Switch because I'm such a nice dad.
Cute.
And because Nintendo does internet things bad.
Sure.
He lost his entire progress, a completed save file for Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Sword.
Oh no! Well, like, yeah, that's actually as a person who lived the life of playing Pokemon on Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games and all that. Man, when you lose a save and it's a Pokemon game, that's like heartbreaking.
When that battery dies. When that battery dies,
or you corrupt your save file because you thought you were being clever with a glitch or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. So,
missing number, damn you!
So he's
ruined my childhood
and his Animal Crossing island.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah, all that went away.
Oh no!
As it turns out, I never turned on the online backup.
Oh no!
On his Switch.
Oh no!
Because by the time that came out, I had stopped playing Animal Crossing because I had done everything already.
Sure.
Because as I said, Nintendo does online stuff backwards.
Sure.
So he lost 3 fairly rarely big like saves he put a lot of time and effort into.
Yeah.
Like the Pokemon ones alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's heartbreaking. As a retired Pokemon fan, I can tell you losing your save is no bueno.
But he's been a real trooper about it. He hasn't been like too terribly upset. Like he's a little disappointed.
Sure.
But he's taken the very glass half full stance on it.
That's cool, man.
As saying, hey, I have a reason to play through these games again.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Have different experiences.
Yeah, I was like, yes. And if you ever need me to help you craft a team or give you a mon that'll beat a gym,
cute.
Let me know. I could breed you just practically anything you need.
Lettuce, you're such a good daddy.
and if he wants to get into Animal Crossing, which he didn't seem like he's like we talked about it. But he's like, I've got to play all these Pokemon games again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, I don't even know if I'll go back into playing Animal Crossing. I'm like, well, if you decide that you want to go back into Animal Crossing, I have enough bells on my island to where I could finance you completely upgrading your house and a second house on your island if you absolutely needed to.
Okay.
So like, he's not going to be wanting for resources or anything like that.
Sure. That's cute.
It's just time at that point for him. So he seems pretty happy. So I was kind of impressed, a little bit proud.
Yeah, he sounds very mature.
Yeah, of the way he handled it. So I told him that I would buy him the second DLC pack for the Kingdom Heart for Smash.
Okay, nice.
And the other character that I think he would get a blast out of playing. Mm-hmm. That was released a couple of announcements ago.
Sure.
Minecraft Steve and Alex.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So he really loves Minecraft, too. That's like when he's on his Switch, one of the things that he does the most is play Minecraft. So, he has access to Sora and Minecraft Steve on Smash, and I think he'll get a kick out of that. So, yeah, I bought him that. I'll buy him that DLC on his new Switch.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, buddy. Well, I think we should probably wrap this up here. Is there any last minute things you want to tell the audience? Anything like that?
As a retired Pokemon fan, have you seen anything about Pokemon Legends Arceus yet?
I mean, I've heard stuff. I do know that Twitter was exploding about the new Scyther evolution, which is like Cleavor or something like that.
Yeah, Cleaver.
That's most of what I know. I'm not really keeping track of it. I mean, I've kind of like fallen out of Pokemon. I mean, I like playing the old games, but not really super interested in any of the new stuff. And even if I was super interested in the new stuff, that would mean I'd have to go out and buy a Switch. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I'm pretty excited for like from what I saw, Arceus looks pretty cool.
Okay.
Like it's Skyrim meets Pokemon.
Neat. That's kind of neat.
Which kind of negates the need for a game like Palworld.
I mean, to each their own. Like, I'll be damned if I'm not playing Palworld when that game is released. You don't understand. The hype is still real for me on that one.
I mean, the only reason why you need Palworld is because gun.
Yeah. Yes. Are you kidding me? I have to be flying in on my giant bird monster, firing my AK-47. I'm not going to let go of that. I'm not letting go of that. I refuse.
And I don't expect you to.
It was actually funny. I had a friend of mine come over to my house to hang out for a little bit. And she was like, have you happened, like, and mind you, like, she actually, if she's listening to this, hi, because she does actually sometimes keep track of my content. But she didn't become a fan of my content until after we did the Palworld episode. So she didn't know of its existence. And she came over and she was just like, have you heard about this Palworld game? It looks absolutely insane. I have to show you it. And I was like, listen, okay, I know about Palworld. I know about this game, and there's no way in hell I'm missing it. So.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I'm still pretty excited about Palworld. But I mean, yeah, if you've changed your mind about it and you're excited for the Arceus game, go for it, man. Like, yeah, totally.
No, it comes out in February, and I think I'm going to be on that. It looks pretty sweet.
You should stream it.
That would require me buying like a $300 Elgato card.
Oh yeah, I forgot they have to do that. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, what are you saying? I can't. I have to get the USB Elgato too.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
No,
that was just me forgetting that that's a thing that is required to do that. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, it is. You're goof.
Yeah, my bad.
I'll stream Palworld though. I'm not like completely off of Palworld yet.
Okay, I'll be playing Palworld, so maybe if we're lucky, they'll have some multiplayer action or something.
We'll be playing together.
Hell yeah! We'll tag team.
We'll poke those mons.
Yes, indeed. I want to run a sweatshop that just makes bazookas. That's my goal. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I guess in the end we're still pretty stoked about Palworld. I know I definitely am. The one thing that I really want to say to wrap this up with for sure is, guys, if the message wasn't already clear enough from earlier before, please protect yourself and your passwords, okay? I really want to affirm that. I really want to make that clear. Make your passwords
protect your chicken.
Yes, please. Protect yourselves on the internet. Be safe. Change your passwords if you're worried about any compromisation. Is that a word? If you're worried about anything being compromised through Amazon or Twitch, please change those passwords. Get two-step verification. Be safe on the internet. Change any other passwords that you might be unsure about. Just like be safe, be smart, protect yourselves online. Because it ain't the early 2000s anymore, boys and girls. So please be safe. So I think that's the main thing that I really wanted to say, just to really reaffirm that. But anything else from you, Lettuce?
I'm just a little lad.
You're just a little lad. Okay,
Berries and cream.
Oh, that's what you were referencing.
Berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
This is also a shout out to the little lad of Berries and Cream. If you want to, I hear lately that you're everywhere. And if you would like to make a surprise appearance on the Imaginary Boys podcast, we are more than happy to have you come and join us over here.
I will do the little lad dance.
You should. If you did that and like you did like a little clip of you doing the little lad dance, I would definitely put it in the podcast, and we could have that. We could turn it into like a little repeating video file, and that'll be the loop that I run for the podcast.
That is tempting. I can't throw that together today.
No, I wouldn't expect you to, but maybe we can get lucky.
That would be awesome to have had that for this. Just me dancing, doing the little lad dancer over this podcast.
Okay. Lettuce is a little lad who likes berries and cream. Berries and cream. All right. Well, we should definitely wrap this up. But I'm if you want to send me that, you just contact me any day, like you always do, Mr. Lettuce, and send that file over to me, and we'll work something out. I'd be very proud of that.
Are you sure you want to be just accepting direct messages from me since the last time I sent you a direct message?
Oh God, and that image just popped right into my head too.
You're welcome.
I hate you. I hate that that's a thing burned into my memory. Guys, word of warning, don't ever ask Lettuce about his basketball, okay? Don't ever ask him about a basketball, okay? He's because once that is in your brain, it doesn't go away. It's there forever. You're screwed for life, okay? So don't do it. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh God, the basketball. It's just, I can't say anything when it's in my brain.
Weed.
Okay, thank you, Seth Rogen. I appreciate you. Go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already smashed it. We really appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all that wonderful stuff. Check in the description below for all the amazing links. That includes PayPal and Streamlabs. All donations are greatly appreciated. They go towards funding the channel. They allow me to improve the quality of everything, such as, for example, the brand new video that I released today, which I think that everybody should go out and see because I worked my ass off on it. It's okay.
Watch that shit, people.
Yeah, it's good.
Watch it twice.
Yeah, please. I worked so hard on it. But the thing is I won't give up just because people are not watching it. I'm going to keep making material like that. That's my goal. But anyways, yeah, check out the video, check out the links, smash the like, press the subscribe, press the notification bell. Wonderful shout out to all the amazing Patreon members, which include Bo Falcon, Fajouk Enterprises, James P, Miss Rebecca, as well as Scorpic Geist. You guys are amazing. Your regular donations really help me to fund the channel. That's why I was able to upgrade the software. That's why I was able to make the amazing video that I put out today. So you guys are extremely, extremely appreciated. Seriously. So anyways.
But no joke, everybody. Habanero's Weeb reviews get a IGN 10 out of 10. Would bang again and again.
Thank you, Mr. Lettuce. I appreciate that. Okay. We have been the Imaginary Boys.
Berries and Creme.
Don't ask about Lettuce's best.